It's lunch time. Come one, come all. Or don't come at all. We got G Money in the building. Hey, look, our software doing some new stuff. You beat that?
Yeah, I'm peeping game.
G.
Yeah, I'm peeping game.
Yeah, it's like a layout is different. What's up, y'all? I don't know what. It must have been an update or something. Y'all, they done
Yeah.
updated our equipment or something. I like it. Come on in, come on in. We got way too much to talk about. What's for lunch? We got way too much to talk about. We got to talk about this oven crusted. We got to talk about this oven crusted chicken breast fire grill thing that Jennifer got me for my birthday lunch. It was awesome.
You might want to wipe your mouth, man. You no Diddy.
Right. Everything good.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Man, just had a day off yesterday. We had to get some stuff done, so we back in the building.
Greg said you got a whole bunch of topics, so I said I'm gonna let you roll today. Hey, Greg, we didn't even finish Monday. They don't even know that Greg's. It was more Greg hot topics to go on Monday, so we're gonna kind of play catch up and get caught up. And what's been going on, Greg? What's been going on?
What you want to talk about first? You want to kind of pick up from the fight?
Yeah, let's pick up. Let's get something current going on right now, and then go right into the fight. So I don't know, whatever you got that's like more the most breaking news for like today. Let's hit that first, and then we're gonna go straight to the fight.
All right. Well, last night it was President addressed Congress and the world. Most people came back and was like it was an ish show. I didn't watch it, so I don't really know exactly what happened. I just seen people leaving. They had the paddle, things with words on it. They had the Democrats had the paddle saying you're lying, you're this, you're that. When you gonna pay your taxes? And you talking about taxes? So, yeah, man, it looked like it was a mess. They kicked one of the Democrats out of the whole ceremony, just kicked him out because he was in there, yelling. And they when they do those, presidential, things to Congress, you got to show decorum. And if you don't show decorum, then, the sergeant at arms has the right to put you out. So they removed one guy, congressman from Texas, and then the other Democrats pretty much walked out halfway through, him giving his hour, almost 2 hour speech, man. So
they just walked out?
Yeah, they walked out. They got up and walked out. And the camera was on them, walking out. And, our girl was one of the ones that, led to charge.
Jasmine?
Yeah.
Oh, Jasmine been getting it in, huh?
Yeah. But it wasn't just her. It was a bunch of folks who walked out on him, So, yeah, it was crazy, man. But, they claim that the president had a lot of BS to say. Some people say, it was a great speech, of course. So it was probably about 50-50. And then the Democrats had, with those speeches, they allowed the opposing party to kind of do their thing after that particular speech. So the congresswoman from Michigan did the Democrats' rebuttal to his speech. And, she was on there just talking crazy about Elon. So they had their moment. Then the Democrats, as soon as it was over with, the Democrats came on and had the rebuttal to, his speech. So from what I could tell, it was a night full of superior drama. The one thing that I saw that, I don't really know how to take it. I don't know if it was a political move or if it was true to heart. I don't know if you know about this guy, but the cancer survivor DJ Daniels was sworn in as a Secret Service member doing the address.
I didn't know.
Yeah, President Trump introduced 13-year-old DJ Daniel, a cancer survivor with a lifelong dream of becoming a police officer. He was diagnosed with brain cancer in 2018, and given just 5 months to live, Daniel defied the odds. Trump praised his dedication to law enforcement, highlighting his honorary memberships in local police departments. In a memorable moment, Trump officially swore Daniel in as a member of the Secret Service, bringing him one step closer to his dream. So, I don't know if that was political, regardless if it was or if it wasn't. I thought that was a highlight from what I could tell of the evening, and pretty much everybody on all newscasts, because I kind of woke up like probably midnight, turned on the TV, and they were still going at it, of course. Then you had the pundits. The pundits at that point was, getting it in, talking about what they thought about the night or whatnot. And from what I could tell, everybody that was talking brought this up as a highlight of the night.
Oh, sweet. You know what's funny? That just show you how we are on we are close and so much on the same frequency. In the earlier show, I told them that we launched the site for everybody, the merch site, at midnight tonight. But I was like, I don't think I'm gonna be up at midnight. I was like, but Greg and Shan, they are normally the late hours. I said maybe they can make an announcement. But I said midnight, I'm under the bed, and then you just come in here and tell us you popped up at midnight, you watching shows. Greg, I don't know what the hell going on at midnight. Greg, you know me better. By midnight, I'm up under the floor, under the bed at midnight. Shan just getting started. Shan don't even get going to midnight.
Yeah, man, it was like I said, I missed the highlight. I missed the entire address, but from what I could tell, the highlights was it happens that way when the Democrats is in office. The Republicans, they have their shenanigans. I remember when Obama was the president and he did his address, and he was saying something and they screamed out, "You lie!" And that was like the big thing the next day. Everybody was talking about, because you got to have decorum. It's the president's moment to address the nation, and they want you to be respectful of that. But over the past couple of presidents, it's been, a lot of individuals inside that building, inside that room, that lack the decorum. And, for whatever reason, they're overly upset about what's going on. So they express it, and you're not really supposed to do that. You can say little things like they had the signs and all that. You can have your disagreements. You can, sometimes I've seen them like turn a back on the president while he's doing this address. But last night I didn't know they could do that. They literally walked out the building. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it was kind of crazy, man.
No, that's cool. Yeah, I'm glad to get to let the feedback from you because I ain't been able to. I saw that it was going on, but I ain't really got no feedback or had no time to really look into it. So shoot, you done told me a lot more than I knew.
Yeah,
that went on. That's cool because I ain't get to catch it.
yeah, it was crazy, man. But it is what it is. So we don't have to see another one of those until next year around this time. We got 3 years of him coming to the podium. Well, 4 years, 3 years, including what he did last night. And he has to address, they have to address the nation and tell the nation what they plan on doing. So I don't have all the details about what he was talking about, but pretty much what's already in the news, all the things, Doge, I seen that he big upped, Elon said that he was a part of Doge, where they said he's been screaming up and down that he's officially not really a part of Doge. And last night he pretty much said he was running Doge. So, it's crazy, man. It's just a lot of, to me, it seems like it's a lot of, now I don't want to say disorganization, but a lot of, not telling the truth. And, eventually we're going to get to the point where we're going to actually find out. I think your Wi-Fi is acting up. Well, I think, Flo, his Wi-Fi is doing his own thing. It has a mind of his own, looks like it. So we'll give him a second to kind of come back. Chad, did y'all get a chance to watch last night? What did y'all think about it? Okay. Nobody had a chance to look at the presidential address to the nation last night. You can't get that hour back. He went on for more than an hour. It was more like 2 hours. I think I read something saying that was. Let me bring Flo back to the stage.
I'm back.
All right, we back in business. All right.
Okay.
So yeah, I asked the chat if they had a chance to take a look at the address last night, and now they responded.
You said it was the longest address ever. Didn't you just say that, Greg? You said, Greg, you said you woke up at midnight and it was still going on.
I mean, literally, I read some this morning. It's the longest. I think Bill Clinton had the record at first, and last night he broke Bill Clinton's record for the longest, speech at a presidential address to the nation in history. I think he went almost 2 hours, man. So yeah, man, that was crazy. Oh, hey man, you wanna talk about merch before we get into this? You wanna kind of? Oh my God, here we go, my guy. Yeah, I think Shan, if you guys in the chat are looking for merch and you got questions about anything, Shan will be able to kind of give you insight on everything. We're still kind of working out a lot of the kinks, but that's pretty much what we were doing yesterday. Me, Flo, and Shan, we were working on getting the merch on the website, putting pricing in there, so hopefully we pretty much got everything set up. So if you guys are interested in any of the merch, As a matter of fact, let me drop the website in the chat. While we're waiting on Flo to come back, I will get y'all. Just give me 1 second, guys. Let me get y'all the actual link. And if you want to go take a look, you can. All right. All right. All right. Let's see. Here's.
I don't know why it's saying I got like 4 or 5 bars.
All right. So I just added the link for merch in the chat. So if you guys want to go take a look, there's the link right there. I don't know if you want to pin that, Flo.
Can I pin it?
Yeah, you should be able to.
Let me see. Hold
There
on.
you go. You had it.
Oh, I had it?
Yeah,
you mean put it up here?
Yeah.
Okay, I got you.
All right, so that's the link. It's in the chat too. So if you want to cut and paste and add it to your browser, you can do that. But yeah, man, that was kind of crazy, man. But that's over with. Now we got a year before it happens again, and usually the first year you get to say all the crazy stuff you want to say, and then the second year you come back in, it's like, okay, we remember all the stuff that you said. Did you get any of it done? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So last night he rolled it out. Now he got the year to kind of work on all the stuff that he said that he's going to do, and all the stuff that he thinks the country, in his opinion, is best for the country. So now we got a year to kind of sit back and look and see exactly, what's really going on, man. So, but anyway,
who you think won that fight?
I think Roach won the fight.
Great. You keeping it 100, ain't you?
Yeah,
hey, Tank Davis or Roach? In the chat, who you think won that fight over the weekend? Tank Davis or Roach? If you don't know, just guess. Pick one of them names.
Yeah,
I never thought a Roach could beat a Tank, but it looked like it did on Saturday.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's kind of, it makes you kind of think about like what really be going on behind the scenes when it comes to boxing. Like, you got the referees and umpires, the ones who call the games, right? And I didn't really understand how they could come to that conclusion. Number one, I didn't understand how Tank could take a knee and then get penalized for it. I'm still waiting for a legitimate answer to that outside of his hair being in his eyes. Then he ran to the ring, grabbed the towel. I'm like, bro, you ain't even, if it was in your eyes, you ain't even take 2 seconds to get, you just grabbed the towel and just ran it across your face and threw it back to the corner. I'm like, bro, no. That ain't how that worked. You know what I'm saying?
There was a lot of heat on his behind. That's what it was.
Yeah.
Like when that heat get on you, you start. Sometimes you just.
Yeah. It's almost like. Yeah, it's like when you talk. It's like if you got a girl or whatnot, or if you've been in a situation and then your girl come to you and she talking crazy, and instead of you having feedback, you grab your phone and start going.
Yeah, exactly. You start trying to figure something out. Hey, I need a diversion. You know what I'm saying? And Tank needed a quick little diversion because he was like, these right hands they found a home and they paying rent on my top of my forehead.
So man, I didn't really, I was shocked, and I didn't watch the fight. I just, how I watched the fight. I didn't watch it as live as it was going on, but the next day, for whatever reason, somebody on YouTube had the entire fight. So I watched it front to back, man. And the whole entire time I was looking at it, I was like, man, Tank in trouble.
Right.
I'm like, ain't nobody done stood toe to toe with the likes of Tank and wasn't, picking themselves up off the mat at some point during the fight. Man, this Roach, man, I can't believe they did Roach like that. I know now they're trying to get him to, give Roach the fight. I guess they're going through whatever channels they have to go through.
To give you some on that, it just came through. You might could find it on your phone or your computer. Breaking news: they're gonna uphold the decision.
Oh wow!
Like literally right before we jumped on.
That's crazy.
Yeah, they upholding that decision. That decision.
Yeah, it's kind of like with referees. When they make a bad call, everybody in the world know it was a bad call. But for the sake of the sport, they go ahead and just, stick with whatever the original call was.
Yeah.
Sound like that's what they're doing here.
Oh, yeah, for sure. You see what Kobe said?
Kobe
in the chat, not in Kobe. Oh, you can't say Kobe to a Laker fan. You don't think it's Kobe, like, our Kobe.
Like, wait a minute, man. Hold up. Okay.
Kobe said Roach was beating that. Roach was putting belt to A.
Yeah, man. And was just looking like, I mean, both of them look good as far as technique and boxing. But for Roach, man, just to stay in the middle of the ring and show that he had a chin and show that he had some, punching power and his jab was on point. I couldn't believe they gave that to him, man. So, it's a rematch. Because I heard what I was reading, as they was doing the investigating, Tank and Roach pretty much agreed to an actual rematch compared to Tank kind of leaving it up to, whatever they lead those decisions up to. He wasn't saying, he was like, I want a rematch, but he kind of was like down the road somewhere. So are they saying now the rematch is going to happen before these two have any other fights, or we don't know yet?
We don't know yet. I ain't looking to see if it's been an update, but the last I saw, it wasn't no answer on that yet. It was just that they gonna have a rematch for sure, and Tank said he owned it. So whatever that means.
Right. Wow, man. So yeah, what you think, bro? You give it.
Let me tell you this. Well, I think Tank lost that fight for sure. I think Roach did more than enough to win. It's just a different world we live in now because I'm a Tank fan, but back in the day you couldn't be talking about some in your hair and all that. Ain't nobody was trying to hear that back in the day when Hearns and them was fighting. It was Jerry Curl all over the arena.
Right.
There was Jerry Curl, Let Your Soul Glow. Every time you seen a punch, you see about a whole bottle of Jerry Curl activator fly out. You know what I mean? Matter of fact, what was that fight with Muhammad Ali when the dude really did put something in his eyes?
I do remember that, like vaguely, but I don't remember like who he was fighting. But I do recall what you're talking about. We got to flow. All right. Let's remove flow. Let's add them back. Okay, there we go.
Where you at, G Money?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm with you.
All right. Good.
Yeah, I remember that fight, but I don't remember who was actually fighting. I remember it though.
Yeah, but I'm picking Tank in the rematch though.
I don't know, man. I'm gonna have to kind of think about that. It seemed like Roach knocked some sense, because a lot of times with boxing, man, your own ego can get in the way of you having consistency. After you done won a lot, which Tank has, you start to think you invincible, and it needs to be like a fight like this to kind of knock some sense in you, and then you go back to the lab, and then when you come back, typically, the champs usually win. But I think he got a competitor. I think he got somebody now with some confidence. So he better be ready. You know what threw me for a loop, bro? And I was watching the after fight interviews. And what threw me for a loop was, and this, I don't know who to blame for this. Is it his corner or if it's him? But he said he lost track of rounds.
Yeah.
I didn't get that. I'm like, how do you lose track of the round? And then he made a joke. He was like, man, can y'all get the ring girls back in the ring? You know what I'm saying? And I'm thinking to myself, like, bruh, you be paying attention to them while you in the ring?
Well, I'm gonna tell you how. Yeah, right. I know. I'm gonna tell you how he lost track. When that right hand finds a home on that noggin, quite a few times, you get your bell rung. You gonna forget some rounds. Basically, he don't know. He was basically telling on himself, because that's like baby concussions. You know what I'm saying? Like you gonna lose track of time, date, and everything. That's why they ask. What's the first thing not a joke, but the first thing they ask you if you get a concussion or they think you concussed? I'm talking about back in the day on the football field. They ask you what day it is,
right?
And if you play on Sundays, and if you say Tuesday, they know you got a concussion.
Right.
And so, for Roach to land so many shots to Javante's head, who ain't used to taking that many, to me, he just told on himself when he said he lost track of rounds, because that's what happened when that head getting tapped.
Yeah, man. He was like, in the 12th round, thought we was in the 8th round. I'm like, the 8th round, bro? And you was in the 12th? It's like, that's a problem. And then I got to thinking about like his corner, because the Monday morning quarterbacks of commentators, he was like he's been having issues with his trainers, and he demoted the trainer who had been by his side from day one and upgraded. Oh shit. Hold on. Okay. You there?
Yeah.
Oh, they was saying that he was having issues with his trainers and all of that, man. So to me, it seemed like over in Tank's camp leading up to this fight, it's just been a hot mess.
It has been. You
know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, man. You can't, as a boxer, they want you not to even, have sex before, your fight. So to have trainers, getting demoted, getting promoted, all that kind of stuff, man, it seems like, Tank needs to get his camp in order. And I was thinking about it, and I don't know if you know this or not, but how did Floyd kind of handle his camp leading up to fights?
And see, well, with Floyd, and that's the difference. And one thing that Floyd got in him that I got in me that I could see through him that everybody don't have, and Floyd could like compartmentalize and just detach that thing. And I talked about that a little bit in the story on the exclusive content when I talked about my time with Floyd and talked about how we used to, and we talk about Floyd Mayweather for anybody that don't know, the boxer. And I was with him, and so it would be the worst, craziest thing you would ever happen in your life. And Floyd, when it came to his training and his fights, it was like two separate worlds. So, like he didn't have no, he didn't. It could just been we've been into a big brawl. I think I told this story on my content subscribe on the subscription content where it was a brawl. We all fighting. It was all night like a big fault. We was fighting in Mandalay Bay. We fighting in Mandalay Bay. Floyd lost about $500,000 in jewelry that ended up getting back, but he lost it in the scuffle. We all fighting. Man, we left there. And this when I first got down there. So, I'm thinking like he about to be pissed. I was thinking it's about to be all type of, carryover because this was in the middle. Like he was about to fight. He might have been about to fight Arturo Gatti at this time or somebody like that. And man, we left that casino. We drove. Everybody drove to Floyd's house. Floyd went in the house for like 10 minutes, came back out and like jogging stuff, and then he just jogged for like 15 miles while we followed him in the van. Didn't even mention the melee.
Wow.
Like, and he did stuff like that. I'm talking about when he had domestic violence cases going on, like all type of stuff. He had the biggest fight of his life, and you'll be thinking like, man, I don't even know how he's gonna be able to fight. And bro, when it was training time and fight time, it never carried over. And see, that's a gift. Everybody don't have that to be able to separate things like that. You know what I mean? Like to be able to like, all right, it's time to do my thing. I'm doing my thing. It was never those lines were never blurred. Whereas like a Tank Davis, you already could see those lines get blurred. You know what I mean? Where it's like, bro, how's you two established in your career to be having this type of camp? It just show it's a mess in general. And I'm hoping that this fight woke him up. Because that's the difference between Floyd and the rest of these fighters. You can say what you want about Floyd Mayweather, but when it comes to fighting, he the truth because of that. You ain't never had a fight where you thought Floyd didn't prepare or the training camp wasn't right. Not one. Floyd didn't play that. That's where I get it from. Like as far as handling your business.
Right.
So yeah, and like you said, hopefully this will wake up call for Tank.
All right, well, we're looking forward to the the next fight. Actually, I was I don't know what streaming app it was on, but they have, I think it was like 8 episodes I saw, and I'm gonna sit down and watch it at some point, and it just showed, how they used to do with Floyd on Showtime or HBO behind the scenes.
All access.
All access, right?
Yeah.
They got one for Tank and Roach. That I'm
I watch that. I normally watch it. I didn't even catch the all accesses. I'm gonna watch them. They're gonna tell you a lot.
That's what I'm saying. That's my point. That's my point. I'm gonna go and kind of gauge because you get a good sense of what what is going on and what the fighters are, mentally where they are, and I just see it's almost, I think what it was again, when you are as good as Tank and you don't really have, a lot of research to research your fighter. Like Roach ain't really fought nobody, him and Tank been friends forever. Even at one of the, before the fight, I think it might have been the weigh-in or before the weigh-in when they just kind of come out and talk crazy to each other. And when Tank saw Roach's mom in the crowd, he was like, "Man, I can't talk crazy. You, Mom Dukes is right there." You know what I'm saying? And so I think he might have kind of took him lightly, not like because he knew he could fight. They from the same area,
Right.
so he knew he could throw the hands. But I think he kind of took him a little lightly too.
He did. He thought he could knock him out, and you can't knock everybody out. He finally
Right.
found somebody he can't just knock out. You know what I mean? And so now when he go into this next fight, he's going to prepare in a way of knowing that I got to fight this guy. I got to box this guy. That's why I say normally I've been around the fight game a long time through Floyd, and even before Floyd. But Floyd, I learned a lot. And normally a fighter as talented as Tank Davis, when they run into a situation where they was off because they took it for granted, this and that, but he got the skills, normally they come back and win the rematch. Because now you're going into it different. You're not going into it thinking you can knock this guy out. You going into it from round one knowing I got to box him for 12 rounds. If I get a knockout, cool. But you can't think you're going to knock out Roach. He got one of them iron chins.
And now he got it on tape too. So he got something to actually evaluate himself and the actual fighter. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. So
that's good.
Yeah. What we got on the juicy side, man?
Man, what is
I need a Greg Hot Topic, huh?
I said, what is the big dogs? They had war for real, Bugsby and Jay-Z, huh?
Oh yeah, that Tony Busby and Jay-Z. Did I not? If I don't call it, ain't no such thing as calling. The very, very beginning of this saga, I said this was gonna be a heavyweight fight. And look,
bro, let me read what I got. I mean, I know you probably done talked about this.
Yeah, but no, this is a whole different show. So, but
right,
yeah, bro, go ahead.
You know, I'm kind of like I want, for the first time, I want to see how secure Jay-Z's chin is, if we can use boxing metaphors. You know what I'm saying? Because he's in the ring with a heavyweight. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I want to see, like, okay, it's been known that Jay-Z ain't nothing to play with. Now let's kind of see, you know, what that really looks like, man. I read, because, you know, when Jay-Z, I was like, oh shit, Jay-Z out here throwing haymakers, right? The next thing I know, not probably an hour later, I see Bugsby come back with the windmill. I'm like, and so this is what Bugsby came out with, you know, after that statement was released by Jay-Z. Man, Bugsby said, this is just another attempt to intimidate and bully the poor woman that we will deal with in due course. You said this new case alleges the same claims as the other one they pieced together and filed in Los Angeles, like the one in LA. This new case is in Alabama also has no legal merit. Okay. It says Sean Carter's investigators have repeatedly harassed, threatened, and harassed this poor woman for weeks, trying to intimidate her and make her recant her story. She hasn't and won't. Instead, she has stated repeatedly, she stands by her claims. The same group of investigators have been caught on tape offering to pay people to sue me and my firm. After speaking with Jane Doe today, it is clear to me that the quotes attributed to her in the lawsuit are completely made up, or they spoke to someone who isn't Jane Doe. This is just another attempt to intimidate and bully this poor woman that we will deal with in due course. We won't be bullied or intimidated by frivolous cases. Tony Busby. Bro, what Jay-Z gonna do with Tony Bugsby, bro?
Tony Busby. That's why I said, man, this is going. I almost don't want to see the loser. Whoever eventually loses this war, it's going the full distance. And ain't no draws in real life. It's winners and losers.
And here's the thing, like this the part that has me thinking that at the end of the day, Jay-Z might have to tap out because anytime Jay-Z jumps out there and makes all the claim and he got all the blogs, all the social media outlets, screaming, "We told you, we told you, we told you." Bugsby comes back and does the smackdown, bro. So I'm like, at this point, and then after it happens, you kind of, it's almost like Jay-Z goes and get in the fetal position until the next time he has a moment, and then Bugsby has to put him back in the fetal position. So, man, that's another thing, man. Once this trial actually happens and everybody kind of sees all the highlights and what's going on with Diddy, then I think at that point Bugsby and Jay-Z probably gonna heat back up again. What you think?
Yeah, no, I agree. No, it's gonna heat up, and because they still got cases pending.
Right.
They still got cases pending. So they definitely gonna meet up and continue, because Busby got footage and pictures and footage of people trying to harass his former clients and this and that, and then Jay-Z got his defamation case with him rolling. They both have two real cases against each other that have merit. So who knows?
So you're saying at some point here, because they're going to have to enter the courtroom too.
Yeah.
And clash.
They're going to have to, because Tony ain't letting off of his lawsuit towards Roc Nation and them for that harassment of his clients. And then you got to look at not only that side of it, but the whole other side of it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, Tony Busby got his, and then Jay-Z got his defamation. And so both of them is going to court. Both of those cases are pretty much going inside the courtroom. So, then you got discovery. Then you got everything being leaked to the public. It's going to get ugly. It's going to get ugly both ways.
And I know we just read Tony Bugsby, but let me just to, make it fair. Jay-Z filed the lawsuit in Alabama against the woman and her lawyer, against Tony Bugsby, who the rapper claims conspired to falsely accuse him of sexual assault and allegedly causing him to lose at least $20 million. Page 6 reports Jay-Z claims the defendant, including lawyer David Fortney, were soullessly motivated by greed and adjacent regard of the truth and the most fundamental precepts of human decency. The rap mogul, who is suing for malicious prosecution, abusive process, civil conspiracy, and defamation, alleges in the court documents that the accuser, Jane Doe, has voluntarily admitted that Bugsby pushed her towards going forward with the false story against Mr. Carter after an extorted demand letter failed to yield the financial windfall. According to the in-court documents, that the accuser, Jane Doe, has voluntarily admitted that Bugsby pushed her towards going forward with the false story against Mr. Carter after an extorted demand letter failed to yield the financial windfall. According to court filings, Doe allegedly admitted that Bugsby brought Jay-Z into it. If you recall, Doe, who claimed she was sexually assaulted at the age of 13, has publicly admitted to inconsistencies in her NBC News lawsuit, which included the fact that she met Benji Madden at the alleged after party. A spokesman for the Good Charlotte Rockers said that he and his twin brother Joel Madden were on tour halfway across the country at the time of the alleged incident. So, yeah, man.
You know what's the crazy behind that, Greg? I talked about on an earlier show. On some of my blogs, my one guy Ticket broke it down, and some other blogs. I mean, he a YouTuber. But
Right.
They said that, you know how Jay-Z's attorney had that what did he have, like a PowerPoint presentation back in December?
Yes.
When he was, remember that? Okay, so at that, a reporter asked his attorney, did he know who the accuser was? And he said, yeah, I don't want to name the accuser because the accuser has issues, health issues, and their name is they're nameless or whatever. But he said, so I won't unmask her now. And then he just said he didn't want to make that part of the show or whatever. Well, in Jay-Z's court documents, he said he didn't find out, he didn't know who the accuser was until February 21st. And so
that's like yesterday.
Right. So, and this is what he filed. This is the official paperwork he filed. And then you go back to all those times when she said she had been cornered and harassed and whatever. That was before February 21st. So what it's looking like Jay-Z lied on that paperwork that they just filed. And also because they want us to believe that the lawyer knew in December who the accuser was and didn't tell Jay-Z till February 21st.
Oh, wow.
You believe that?
Nah.
So that's floating around now. And so that's Jay-Z gonna have to deal with that. Because they're gonna be like, well, why did you say you didn't know until February 21st? Well, you know why he said that, because that would have eliminated him from any harassing her or any of that. You know what I mean? If he didn't know until February 21st, then he couldn't have harassed her. But I think they didn't remember, or Jay-Z might not have remembered, that his lawyer said they knew. He said he knew who the accuser was in December, the middle of December. So that's going to be a problem.
So we're talking about the Diddy case, right? When they say a court date for this case, it's gonna be super fireworks at this case too.
Yeah,
that's gonna be one to watch.
It's gonna be fireworks. It's gonna be fireworks. I was trying to get to Amy's messages. Computer acting funny.
Okay. So, man. So yeah, more to come on that, man. I mean, I unfortunately I hate to see that, it's a young lady in the midst of all of this that is going through it. But man, I love this back and forth between the two fighters.
Yeah, this is one for the age.
Yeah, bro. This is
Tony Busby and Diddy made Tony Busby made Diddy look like Tank. You know what I mean? Like Tony Busby made short work of Diddy, and then he ran up in Jay-Z, and them boys. This the real draw so far. It's a draw. Like right now, I don't know. This is crazy. Like you said, you can't help but feel bad for the young lady.
Right.
No matter what the case is, it ain't being handled right according to her. You know what I mean? Like as far as how, like if I was in her position, I would be mad that I ever even brought it up, just because of the watching these two go at it. Next thing you know, you got a defamation lawsuit from somebody worth $3 billion, and people don't understand how she could feel intimidated.
Not just $3 billion that he got, but his wife is probably in the billionaire chatter or real close to it as well.
Oh, so, yeah. So you could easily say 4 or 5 billion.
Right. When you somebody in Alabama that's probably living in a 3-bedroom, 1-bath house, you know what I'm saying?
Getting harassed by 2 big private investigators.
Yeah, man, that's crazy. But yeah, man. So I just wanted to bring that up because I didn't get a chance to get your take on it, but yeah, that's one for the ages right there, man. But speaking of one for the ages, hey man, I'm almost. I know I be kind of giving or going back and forth with Elon, man, but I'm to the point now where I need Elon to sit his ASS down somewhere, bro. He's doing too much.
I'm glad. And it's like a whole nother thing, Greg. And this is the story of my journey, which is why don't nothing faze me, because I done had to sit back. But when I was talking about Elon, and I ain't talking about you or anybody in our chat, I'm talking about like on social media. And when I first was posting about Elon, and I was just saying I didn't like how he was going about it. That was the gist of what I was saying. I'm not going to comment on what you're doing if I don't understand what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? I can't comment on that. My brain, I ain't dug enough to comment on that. But I don't need to know nothing about that to look at how you're going about something. And I don't like that. You know what I mean? So I just didn't like, it was almost like a guerrilla takeover of whatever he was doing in the White House. Remember that, y'all, this is the White House. We have devalued the White House.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, back in the day, you didn't really even hear from too many other people besides the president a lot. You know, you hear from Elon so much, it just rubs me the wrong way. And so when I was saying that months ago, I was catching all kind of HE double hockey sticks.
Right.
Like I was hating on Elon. It was people sending me message. I liked you until you called out Elon. I said, man, I ain't on here to be liked by nobody because of what I say. If you judge me by that, you could kick rocks a long time ago. I'm coming to give you the real. You come here for the real. You don't come here for me to just agree with everything what everybody's saying. So anyway, now I'm starting to see people catching up to me and realizing even if you're doing something good, Eli, sit your ass down for a little bit.
Bro, this is what made me be like, now you're doing too much. Elon Musk doubles down on Ben Shapiro. You know, I don't know, he podcaster type of dude, whatever he is, plea for Trump to pardon Derek Chauvin, bro.
Yeah. See, I'm glad. Yeah, don't make me jump through this StreamYard software.
Man, bro, he shared a video of the Ben Shapiro over on X calling for the pardon of Derek Chauvin, the former officer that was convicted for the murder of George Floyd. The video also calls out the Black Lives Matter movement for damaging race relations. Bro, when I seen this, bro, I was like, you know what, man? I'm done with Elon, man. This is I can't even. I don't care at this point. He could save us $8 trillion. I think this man has something in him that just ain't right. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think he really understands the sensitivities of Americans, bro. You didn't brought the music on, bro.
Yeah, I had to bring the music. Just like the WWE, when you say that, Greg, Then they drop this music and I come out, I got your back. I come right into the ring. I got your back, Greg. I try to tell everybody, hey, look, did I jump in the ring with you, Greg? And then we suplex the hell out of Elon Musk.
Man, he needs the suplex. Man, I just couldn't believe it, man. I'm like, come on, man. You can't, first you throw the Hitler sign, right? Mm-hmm. And now you over here in black folk business trying to get this man who we all seen with our own naked eyes do what he did to George Floyd.
Yeah,
come on, bro.
Look, I can't respect that. I can't rock with that. And anybody don't come at me about that. Don't come. If you behind Elon when he say we need to pardon Derek Chauvin, the one who murdered George Floyd, if you want to say that, if you mad at me for that, then I'm telling you now, don't come at me with it. Because I'm gonna give you a no filter reply on that one. That's crazy, man. Yeah, I don't want to see nobody's death get treated like that, man. Not just George Floyd, anybody. All this stuff we got going on, and you comment. That's what the thing is, y'all. And let me say this, Greg. See, what we have now is we have no value in what we doing in this political world anymore. And what I mean by that is people are, if you gotta be president, then we gotta be presidential. Elon Musk, you want to be in the middle of the White House doing this, doing that. You can't just be willy-nilly backing up different little ideas everybody has all day. You part of the presidential team. At what point do we demand you to act presidential? I don't want my president being a Twitter with Twitter fingers and just saying and agreeing with when we over here complaining about real stuff. Why don't you attack the healthcare? Why don't you attack the crooked healthcare system, Elon? Since you swinging the big ones, the whole world going crazy. We're so tired of the healthcare that half the country might think that Luigi or whoever put a cap in that United Healthcare CEO's behind, and we don't give a damn. That should tell you how upset we are with this crooked ass scamming healthcare. But do you want to address that? No. You want to do all this smoke and mirrors about the security, the social security system is a fraud, and this is a fraud. That don't work on me. If it work on you, that's your business. It don't work on me because I see what the public really care about. And the public, number one thing right now is tired of this crooked healthcare system. So until Elon attacks that, he ain't impressing me. And don't be mad because I ain't impressed. Because you easily impressed. That's how I feel. Attack the healthcare, then come holler at me. Don't tell me about some social security system is a fraud and you retweeting it's at the top of the list to pardon Derek Chauvin who killed somebody on camera. While we over here getting killed by the healthcare system every day. And you ain't said one word about it, Elon. So anybody impressed by Elon, I want you to ask him, why don't he attack the healthcare system? I know why he ain't attacking. Because they paying for the whole thing, that all the president, the this and that, the system is all bought and paid for. I know that. But I want all the Elon followers, ask them. What are you going to do about the healthcare system? What's more important than that? I'm done with that.
Hey, man. You know what's so crazy? I was thinking about this, and I'm kind of glad you just, spoke the way you spoke because
Got my blood pressure up.
so they out here screaming death penalty to drug dealers, right?
Mm-hmm.
Why they not including the folks that's around here getting everybody sick because of the drugs that these healthcare companies are pumping out, to Americans on a day-to-day basis? Are they included? They're drug, for the most part, they're drug dealers.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
They're not included.
They're not included. Like, how and when are Big Pharma, when are we going to pay attention to them and step in and do something about what they've been doing to Americans? I know I'm not saying it's good for drug dealers to be out here slanging, whatever they be slanging to mess our communities up and mess people up. But I really can't even fathom that they're doing more damage to Americans than Big Pharma.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And ain't nobody saying nothing to them. Because
ain't nobody saying that. Explain this to me, Greg. Why I had a young lady, and see, that's the beauty. I love what I do because one thing about when you got to research for a show every day, you learn a lot. And that's why I really love what I do. I'm getting paid to learn. You know what I mean? Like, we getting paid to learn. We getting paid to come together and fix stuff. And it's like, why? I would have never known that the healthcare was like this. Like, I would have never known that it was this bad. I just never paid attention. I saw a young lady post it. She was trying to get some type of MRI done. And with the insurance, it was $5,000, and the insurance was taking forever to approve it. And she really needed it done. So she called the place and said, well, how much is it cash? She said the cash pay is $700. She said, oh, cool. I want to do that then. Let me just pay this $700, get this out the way. Plus $700 to $5,000. I'd rather just pay the $700. Hospital said, no. You can't pay cash. You have to wait for the insurance. So instead of paying $700, we got to get $5,000 something from your insurance. Explain that to me, Greg. Because I just might be dumb. But that don't make no sense to me.
No, you ain't dumb. It's basically how, the people that are, that wake up every day and want to be a part of greed. That's why everybody's greedy and everybody wants the money at the end of the day. They don't care about, that's why they want to keep us sick. That's why they want to keep the kids sick. That's why, and we're talking about, some weed, and those things are bad. Well, not even weed no more, but heroin, cocaine, whatever, drugs, fentanyl, all those are bad things. Those are bad drugs, and they shouldn't be out on the streets. But every day, kids, women, men are popping some kind of prescription drug that they have been told is going to make them better. And ain't nobody saying anything to them about it, bro. It's been going on forever and it's not stopping. Just think about all the pharmaceutical companies that have been sued for billions. Some of them went bankrupt because they done been sued, and they're still in existence to this day. They just go low key. You kind of forget. Oxycontin, bro. Just think about that company that made Oxycontin. They sued them into bankruptcy. But I bet you could go to your local doctor and still get Oxycontin.
True.
You know what I'm saying? So I just, like you say, the healthcare, the whole healthcare, everything is a sham to continue to keep the oligarchs, with millions and billions in their pockets off of Americans. And I don't like it.
And I don't like it either.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't like it. I don't like it. And it ain't being addressed. And people want to, like, okay, they want to support us because we pushing for people to know about what's going on in healthcare. And we doing what we can to let the world know what the hell going on, and we don't like it, right? But you got people like Elon Musk who ain't touching the subject. Right. Even Trump ain't touching the subject. But the same supporters will get mad at me and you because we just calling out Elon Musk while we fight for the people, but they ain't holding him accountable. Ain't nobody holding Elon and Trump accountable for what's going on in healthcare. You know why? Because they know they ain't gonna do nothing about it. Well, don't be coming to me mad at me for speaking on it. You know what I'm saying? Because they got a free pass. We know that it's so bad. Tell me this, Greg. When the last time that we seen somebody who the narrative is spent that they did that they almost open and shut case as far as the narrative that's out there with Luigi? When the last time have we ever had a case where someone, quote unquote, allegedly unalived a man with a family like that, and 90% of the world don't care? When have we had that happen?
I mean, I still haven't really heard anybody be mad about it.
And that's my point. If that don't show you how huge of a problem we have, ain't nothing gonna show them.
You know what's crazy, bro? And I think about this. Up until President Obama came into office, the healthcare system was a mess. I mean, a complete mess. They came in and at least attempted to do something about the healthcare system, and they were persecuted. They went through so much drama. I just remember back then when, President Obama had to do this round table, to get the bill across, the finish line so it could go into law. All the things that, he almost didn't get reelected because he took it upon himself to work on healthcare. And that was the last time. Nobody wants to touch healthcare, bro, because it's too much money involved. They don't want to touch it. They want us to be sick. They want us to have, they don't want us to live until we're 80, 90 years old. They don't want that. Well, they kind of want that because they could just keep pumping drugs and keep getting paid off of it. But until then, bro, the healthcare system was crazy. You couldn't get as an independent entrepreneur, you couldn't get insurance. You couldn't even be a business owner and get, insurance that wasn't like $1 million almost. Pre-existing conditions. You couldn't get insurance if you had pre-condition. Insulin. They just got insulin for our older people, to the point where they can actually pay for it. So when it comes to healthcare, man, it's always been a mess. It's gotten better, like I said, probably within the past decade, but it's still at the point where too many people are losing their lives because of our healthcare system, and too many people are being over-drugged because of our healthcare system. And to me, man, that's just a shame for the richest country in the world to have to be going through. It's crazy.
I agree, man. And they ain't gonna do nothing but piss me off, so I'm done with it.
Yeah, I'm done with it too, bro. I don't like it at all.
Yeah, and I don't like it. It gets my it gets my blood boiling. I just hate greedy MS. So
yeah, man. And I don't know why Elon. I mean, I guess he at the point now where he's like, I got access to everything the United States has to offer. I got access to it. So what my companies and what's going on around me because of who I am, I guess he don't even care no more. Do you see what they're doing, man? Tesla owners are rebranding their cars, bro. Some Tesla owners appear to be rebrand. It's got to be crazy when people doing this. They're rebranding their vehicles with Toyota, Mazda, Honda, and Audi badges, possibly to avoid vandalism linked to Elon Musk. Photos showed on Reddit shows Teslas were altered logos, sparking speculation that owners are distancing themselves from the brand due to Musk's controversial political ties. Ooh. Tesla vehicles have increasingly been targeted for vandalism, with incidents ranging from graffiti to keying. The trend intensified after Musk made a gesture that some interpret as a Nazi salute, leading to protests in Europe and accusations of extremism. While Tesla vehicles have increasingly been targeted for vandalism, with incidents ranging from graffiti to keying, the trend intensified after Musk made that gesture that some interpret as a Nazi salute, leading to the protests, while some suggest that Tesla owners might simply be engaging in a long-running car enthusiastic joke. Others believe that the bad swaps reflect a growing concern about public backlash. So, bro, his stock is down. I think I seen stock is down like 40%. So he take a beat, and people act like Elon is rich because he got money. Elon is rich because he has companies that people buy stock in. So he has money because of companies, not because he, you know what I'm saying? He went out and earned the money and then bought companies, and now his companies are making money. So he just, uber rich. No, if his stock dropped tomorrow in all his companies, Elon could be broke. You know what I'm saying? So while he out here playing in everybody's faces, man, Elon losing millions daily.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Daily.
And that was another thing that I had told people when Tesla was dropping, and then people was telling me, man, Tesla ain't all he got. I said, but it's just a representation of his brand. Yeah. I be getting so drained. That's why I don't really talk I just keep my thoughts to myself besides my shows and talking to y'all. Because people be like lost in the clouds, man. And I don't even, hey, look, I ain't going to try to convince you. I ain't arguing with you. You want to argue with me, come meet me at 7:30 on the show or 12 o'clock. But I said that. I was like, because I was already thinking it ain't just about Tesla. He is mostly known for Tesla. If Tesla stocks drop, you best believe all his stocks is dropping in some way, shape, or form. You know what I mean? Tesla is what he known for. That's what, if they don't know nothing else about Elon, they don't know about all them other ventures, people know Tesla. And if Tesla is dropping by 40%, that's something you need to pay attention to.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm glad I got rid of my Tesla just in time.
Yeah, you did, bro.
And I loved it. That's why I always be laughing at the people that be, just you say one thing wrong about somebody they like, they actually just act like you just got to grind axe to grind with them. And it's like, I don't have a problem with Elon, but if anybody doing something I don't like the way they're going about it, I'm calling them out, whether it's Elon or it's my uncle Elon. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter who you are. And so it is what it is. I bought a Tesla. I liked what Elon was about. But the way he's moving now, I just don't like the way he moves. I just don't.
Yeah, because a lot of times, you don't really know. You like the product. You're not buying a Tesla because of Elon. You buying a Tesla because you like the product, right?
Right.
And then you find out the person behind the product ain't, living up to what he's out here really representing, then you start to kind of feel some kind of way, man. So I get it.
Because Greg, if I had my Tesla when you had just announced the Derek Chauvin thing, I would have did just what I would have did. Hey, Tesla, come get this motherfucker. That's exactly what I would have did. Because that's how I am.
Right.
They'd be like, man, it's gonna be a repo on your record, whatever. Just come get it.
Right.
Because I get loud about stupid like that. If you stand behind somebody saying a pardon somebody that we watch choke out in real time, I have nothing nice to say to you about that.
Yeah,
that's all I'm saying.
And it ain't. And here's the crazy part: it's not even his thoughts; it's somebody else's thoughts that he's signing on to.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, I don't like it.
No, we're not. We're gonna talk about that.
Yeah, that's why I said that's one of the ones. Hey, I don't care if you mad. You mad? Too bad. So sad. Like my auntie used to tell that to me. He used to piss me off. I'd be mad. They'd be like, "You mad? So sad." That make you more mad.
Right. Yeah. My older cousin used to do me the same way. Like,
don't that make you more mad? Yeah.
You be like, I got that.
Ain't nothing like somebody telling you mad, too bad, so sad. You be like, oh.
You turn into Incredible Hulk.
Yeah, you turn into Incredible Hulk. Now when that forehead vein come out.
Right.
What else have we got, Greg? Like when I hear them papers shuffling, it's like waiting to see what else we about to talk about. What the paperwork saying?
Man, BlackRock strikes $23 billion deal to place the Panama Canal ports under American control. BlackRock is another one of them companies we might need to take a deep dive on, bro. Because
for sure
having their hands in a lot of stuff, bro. But anyway, so BlackRock, along with global infrastructure partners and Terminal Investment Limited, has reached an agreement to purchase a 90% stake in Panama Ports Company from CK Hutchison Holdings for nearly $23 billion. This deal places the port of Balboa and Cristobal, which are strategically located at either end of the Panama Canal, under American control. The acquisition not only includes these key transit points, but also extends to 43 ports across 23 countries, impacting locations in Mexico, the Netherlands, Egypt, Australia, and Pakistan, amongst others. What are we up to, bro? Why are they selling the ports now? What's going on, bro? I got to do a deep dive on that one, bro. Because
you might have to do a deep dive on that one, Greg.
Yeah, bro.
Greg might do a deep dive for y'all.
I think so, bro. Because I really want to know what BlackRock and these guys are up to. I seen the CEO of BlackRock on the Money News, and he was on there, talking his talk, or whatever the case may be, man. But I've seen them be involved in a lot of stuff. Like one of the things I saw them being involved in is they were one of the companies that was running around buying up all the single family, houses all across America and re-renting them out to folks. And that's when they first got on my radar. And I'm like, okay, that's business. I ain't, it is what it is. But they're a part of some of the biggest deals that's going on out here in the world, man. So I need to see who BlackRock is, man. So more to come on BlackRock.
Okay, more to come. Hey, y'all, look out for Greg's deep dive on BlackRock. It's definitely one of them companies because every day when I was on TikTok, it was somebody screaming about something shady BlackRock was tied to.
Right.
It's definitely a rabbit hole.
Yeah, it's a rabbit hole. I know it's a rabbit hole because they've been around for a while. You know what I'm saying? I don't know where they came from. I don't know what they real book of business is. I think they might be a venture capitalist firm. Okay. I'm not completely 100% sure, but I'm gonna find out. I hope BlackRock.
That's a good one. That's one worth diving down.
Yeah, absolutely. But speaking of, tariffs is out in the world. You know what I'm saying? So
they charging too much for the headbands. The tariffs done got hit, man. We couldn't even get the headbands in.
Man, so not this past midnight, but I think it was Tuesday at midnight.
Yep.
The tariffs kicked in.
Oh, hold on. Yeah, wouldn't have been Monday. Well, yeah, Tuesday midnight. You're right. Yep.
Right. So 25% tariffs hit Mexico and Canada, 30% for China, a 25% UF tariff on almost all goods imported from Canada and Mexico took effect Tuesday just after midnight, along with an additional 10% tariff on goods from China. The three countries together accounted for more than 40% of total U.S. imports last year and are also the top three U.S. export markets. China will impose additional tariffs of up to 15% on some U.S. goods, its government said, while Canada vowed tariffs of up to 25%. Mexican President Claudia Sheinbaum is expected to announce her response at a conference in Mexico City, the country's economy ministry said. So so that's us, right? So the Chinese levies, which take effect on March 10th, include a 15% tariff. Check this out, bro. On chicken, wheat, corn, and cotton, and a 10% tariff on soybeans, pork, beef, fruits, vegetable, and dairy and fish products. Chinese state media had reported earlier that the U.S. agricultural products would also be targeted. Bro, I'm telling you right now, you better get your wallets together because the prices is about to be crazy, bro. Crazy.
Mm-hmm. That's crazy, Greg. So my greedy, but chicken, who doing that?
China is getting ready to slap 10% tariffs on everything. Bro, not just chicken, bro.
I know it's a lot said. I know. I'm just
chicken, fruit, you name it, bro. All the stuff that we're using on a day-to-day basis is getting ready to be as high as giraffe, you know what?
Yeah, but JJ.
Yes. So I just hope everybody's prepared. Because see, here's the thing. when you hear it on the news all the time, you hear it on social media, tariffs. But technically, nobody really knows how it works, right?
Right.
And the only way you're going to know how it works is when you go and you try to buy something and you be like, WTF is going on up in here? Why is my fruit costing so much? Why is this chicken that you love cost so much? Why is gas prices out the yin yang? And the president, even last night, he stumbled up on the tariffs. He probably stayed on it for about 2 minutes, they say. And basically, he told America, be prepared because you're going to feel some pain. Not how long you're going to feel some pain, just the fact that you're going to feel some pain. When I seen that, I was like, man, this is about to be crazy.
I'm laughing to keep from crying. It's crazy. But and all they do, and this is why our platform is what it is. We are self-sufficient, support each other our best we can so we can come here and talk the truth, because all they do, they don't care about them percentages, because all they doing is they gonna make the money on it. They just pass the buck down to us. So they say, oh, 25%. Okay, well, just they stuff costs 25% more. That just means I'm gonna make 25% more. You know, they just pass it down to us. And it's just like it's just so unfair, man. Because they can play their game up there, but all the people who produce who making money off these products, they just pass the price down to us. They said, oh, yeah, 25% more? Okay, well then now your product that now when you go to the register is 25% more. Done.
That's pretty much what tariffs are.
Mm-hmm.
you add taxes onto the product, and they pass those percentages down to the everyday consumer. That's what they are.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying, and that's us, and it affects us. They don't give a damn.
Right. And then I was reading that, we better stop playing around for real, because I didn't even know this, but we getting most of our electricity from Canada, bro.
Yep. Let me put Michelle up here. She gave a nice little breakdown. Canada could flip the switch. Michigan, New York, and New England states could go dark.
Bro, we're right across the water from Canada. Mm-hmm. If they flip the switch, Michigan is going to go dark.
Wow.
I mean, just that. I don't think that's going to happen, because I don't think Canada is that ruthless behind a 20% tariff hike. But I really don't know that to be the case. I don't really know what Canada might be.
And guess what? Y'all still cold weather out there too, right?
Cold. It's 30 degrees outside right now.
So flipping the switch on y'all, hey, look, flipping the switch on y'all is life or death. In a sense.
If they would have switched, hit the switch, I would say 2 weeks ago, when it was like below 0 and 4 degrees outside, bro, it would have been so many deaths here in Michigan, especially to elderly people. That's why I'm saying, like, I be wondering, like, do whoever, huh?
Oh, go ahead, because I got some idea, but go ahead.
I was just thinking, like, whoever be like thinking this stuff, whoever be coming up with this stuff, do they really think it all the way through? And I don't know if they do, man. I really don't know if they do. So yeah, man.
You know what I wish we could do? I've always, especially as I got older, I've always wanted, like, to grow my own, to have my own food. You know what I mean? And you know me, Greg. I ain't the super. I ain't gonna be milking the cows and all that, but I help get all the stuff we need. I buy the products. I help buy the land, whatever. But I want to, let's say like the community we got. If it's anybody in this community that got land or kind of farms a little bit on their own or whatever, or is willing to do it, what if we could pool our resources and have some people who like we do our own food, our own chickens, our own veggies and stuff like that. And then like we all as a community pay for it, and whoever doing it, they send out stuff to people, something like that. Like where we got our own farms that grow our own stuff, and we got somebody to handle it, and we pay them and send everybody their groceries or whatever they pay for. I'm giving you like a off the fly version of it, but you know what I mean? Something more structured, something that we could pay for. But I've always wanted that. Somebody, you know, have some farmland or something, or know about farming. We all put our money together or whatever and get what we need and grow our own food and mail it out.
I think, it's almost to that point because, you know, farmers are going to be taking a beating with these tariffs. You know what I'm saying? So it's almost like, you know, unless something happens for the positive, you might be forced to have to do just that.
That's what I'm thinking about. So check it out. Before I don't want to cut you off, but I don't want to forget. You know, you be forgetting what you about to say because Amy just said she do. So I'm just giving you an example. Amy do farming. We all in community. We figure out a budget to get, especially the bare necessities like like chicken, eggs. You know, y'all know, like y'all know what we need. But I'm saying, then we put the budget together or whatever. Send Amy, pay the money for all the supplies or whatever we need, the chickens, to this, to that, and let her farm and send her stuff out to our community, to us, and then we just, man, next thing you know, we getting our own stuff, or at least a lot of our own stuff. You know what I mean? We may not be everything, but it could be like the chicken and the eggs and the wheat, all the stuff they trying to tax us for. You know what I mean? Like I said, that ain't my expertise as far as what to get, but I can definitely put the plan together and help with the funds.
Look, I'm on board because
I'm on board. I've been wanting to do that for about 10 years or more.
You know, and then you don't have to really worry about all the different, you know, chemicals being put in food. You know, you can really have clean eating. And then, you know, Amy, I don't know like where she's at or you know what she's actually doing, but it creates an income stream for her as well. And I'm okay with that because if that, you know what I'm saying? If that is the case, then man, if I can send Amy about to send me 12 dozen of real eggs, some clean chickens, and you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
It's worth it.
Because everybody ain't gonna do it. That's the thing. You know what I'm saying? Like if you have the expertise, or maybe somebody who wants to do it, and we get more land or whatever it takes. But the hardest part is setting it up. Once we set it up, we all got good, clean food forever. And you can't even put a price on that.
No, you can't, bro.
I ain't gonna lie. Check it out. You know, I'm overseas, so they use real food over here. And it's a big difference. I think I've been telling y'all that. Like, I'm living it. You know what I'm saying? Like, the bread is real bread. The eggs is real eggs. Like, if you had them eggs in the refrigerator, like, too long, they're going to spoil here. Where back in the States, I almost ain't never seen an egg spoil. You know what I'm saying?
I ain't never seen an egg spoil, bro. I didn't even know what you was talking about when you just said what you said.
Yep. That's when you around real food. It's spoiled. Real bread, the minute overseas, real bread, the minute you leave it and don't close that bag, it's molded. That's how you know the food real. The bread that we deal with in the States, these days, you could leave the bag open for the whole day and close it, and it ain't no mold on that bread. You can leave a slice of bread on the counter, and you ain't gonna see the mold pop up like it used to back when we was kids. Think about it, Greg.
Man, did you just see
It's a
what Amy
shame.
put in the chat, bro? I don't even know what she's talking about. I glass bath my eggs so they will last 2 years. Bro, what is glass? It sounds like that's what we're supposed to be doing, bro.
But that's what I'm saying. We don't be knowing that. That's why we need a headquarters. I ain't gonna never farm, so it ain't no use in telling me.
Me either.
But I'll help put one together, and we can put the infrastructure together so it can feed masses. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. We're gonna put that together. Through this large community, we're gonna figure out who could do it. Or Greg, you know, we on the real estate side, we'll get some land and we'll do it. And we'll put it together if we have to. But I think that's just a good idea. And I'm normally be ahead of the curve. This might be something you see more people doing years from now because it's getting like that. Why we can't just buy no land and do this ourselves? You know what I mean? You know, like for real.
And you got to think about it, like low key, people have been like doing it, especially like in the inner cities. You know, they like some of these abandoned neighborhoods. I've seen people kind of go in and, you know, have gardens and, you know, things. So the concept is out there. Yeah, you know, I don't know if they're still doing it, so to speak, but I do.
No, some people.
Yeah.
I had a fellow content creator by the name of Prophet Ruben who's on TikTok. If you're on TikTok, follow him. He talks kind of the same type of stuff we talk about. But he just recently, maybe end of last year, he put together a little garden. He got his own chickens. And he be growing stuff, you know what I'm saying? I don't really get into I don't know exactly what he be growing, but I just know that he has, you know, like a little garden. It ain't little, it's nice size, and he growing his own stuff. So he started like that, and he be posting and stuff. And I'm like, man, that's a good idea.
You know,
that's a good idea. I just want to do it on a larger scale. You know how we do, Greg. I wanna pump out some real food, like a lot of.
Man, you know, it's crazy now that I'm sitting here thinking about it, and just a light bulb went on. So my aunt, my aunt Etna, right? She's my mom's youngest sister. She owns a home, and in Flint, there's a lot of homes that are vacant, of course, and then the land bank eventually will come. If you have a vacant house next door to you, the land bank will eventually, once the house goes on the demolition list, the first thing that the land bank does is they contact the next door neighbors and say, hey, we're going to demolish this house next door to you. Do you want the land, or we'll keep it ourselves and do the upkeep on it, whatever the case may be. But if you want it, we'll sell it to you for $30, $100, you know, the low, right? So my aunt purchased the house next to her, was vacant. They tore it down, and she purchased the actual land that the house was on. So right next to her, she got a whole lot. And what she did is she created a garden. She got for like Thanksgiving, or like when, you know, she has whatever the occasion is and you come to her house, bro, you're not buying no tomatoes. You're not buying no cucumbers. You're not buying no greens. She has all that out in her garden, man. I'd be like, auntie, you know, you need me to bring anything, you know, whatever. She'd be like, boy, no, I got everything in my garden. So some people, but once again, you know, they're from the South. They grew up like that. So they already had that concept in their head. So as soon as they had the opportunity to do it, they'll do it. And that's what she did, man. So people are kind of already in that vein, but I think a lot more is about to get there.
Yeah. And see, and it's really, us getting away from where we kind of came from. Because I don't know if I'm speaking for everybody, but that's how my granny was and my grandma.
Right.
Like they had a garden. They grew their own everything. Like you said, tomatoes, this, that. We go over her house. She didn't buy none of that. She grew her own vegetables and her own stuff. And it was funny, when you're a kid, you don't know nothing. I used to be like, "What Granny doing, putting in all that work in? You just go to the grocery store." You know what I mean? You don't know nothing when you're a kid. Granny was smart. And so that was in her day. Yeah. I know Granny wouldn't be eating this food. She was growing her own food back then when the food was okay in the grocery stores. But so I feel you on that, Greg. Like it's definitely some people who be growing their own food, and probably gonna see a lot more of it coming up now. Like I said, I'm definitely gonna be looking at ways to start a little mini farm or start a regular size farm and just put it together. You know what I mean? I am going to do that. Like I'm gonna do that for sure. It's been on my mind.
Yeah, bro, and you're in a good area too to actually. We talking about, somewhere else, but technically you might be in the best area.
I think I probably am. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
It'd be just regular chickens running around. It's so pure out here.
Right.
And y'all wouldn't survive in Cleveland.
No. Yeah, they've been and broke their neck and it'd be in the pot somewhere. You know what I'm saying?
My uncle, first time I seen a chicken get his neck broke, I was like, dang, that's cruel.
Yeah. That's really why I can't really do it, because I'm just not cruel like that. You know what I'm saying?
Me neither. I ain't either. I can't do it.
Right. I can't even
People
really
who do it, they can do it like it ain't nothing. They just grab the chicken.
Yeah.
Like a whip. And
I'm like, man, bro, what's wrong with you? Where do you get the nerves to be able to do that? Because I couldn't do it, man. I can't even put a goddamn worm on a hook to go fish. I don't even like doing that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But speaking of tariffs, Warren Buffett entered the chat. And you know what Warren Buffett said?
Oh, I ain't heard nothing about Warren Buffett. He been quiet. What he been
Warren
saying?
Buffett has entered the chat, bro, and he does not like it. Listen at what Warren Buffett said, bro.
All right.
Warren Buffett refers to Trump's tariffs as an act of war. Warren Buffett criticized President Trump's tariffs on Canada and Mexico, calling them an act of war. Speaking before the 25% tariffs took effect, the Berkshire Hathaway investor told CBS News that tariffs are a form of economic warfare. Canada and Mexico had threatened retaliation before Trump temporarily paused the levies. So if Warren Buffett, who, I don't care what you say about anybody, Warren Buffett is not just saying anything out of his mouth that ain't got some grain of truth to it.
I like Warren.
Yeah, right. And man, when I seen that, because like you said, Warren been quiet. He ain't even like through the political season when people used to run to Warren Buffett to get his endorsement and think, nope, man, Warren Buffett was quiet. And the first thing he say is that tariffs is an act of war. Bro, what does that mean, bro?
Man,
it's an act of war.
That's crazy, bro.
So technically what he's saying is right now at this moment, without us really even knowing it, we're at war. We're in an economic war right now as we speak.
It feels like that.
Yeah.
It feels like that. It don't it?
Bruh, eggs is $5,900. That's an economic war to me. what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Gas is creeping up daily. You know, and I ain't even really bought nothing else to really gauge like what's, and I would say give it about a month or so before we really start seeing and feeling the
Yep.
effects of what just happened. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So, yeah, man. So that's that, man. I mean, you know, tariffs, everybody, you know, we're gonna keep our fingers crossed about tariffs and what's and how it's getting ready to affect, you know, the world. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So let's talk about why is why every time I look up, bro. Hold on, let me pull you back up. Why every time I look up and yeah, I see Kyrie, yeah, man, that was sad, man. I almost, you know, had a tear in my eyes when I seen Kyrie go down like that, man, and then step up and still shoot his free throws before they carried him off the court, man. I'm like, man, if it ain't one thing, it's another over at Dallas, man. You know, that the GM, he's definitely about to be fired. If he
Oh
doesn't
man.
get if he doesn't get fired, bro, the fans is gonna revolt, and probably it might be two people in the stadium if they don't let this man go. He didn't, you know, by him doing that, it just allowed Kyrie to have to play even more minutes, man. And Kyrie is a freaking point guard. You know, when you put that many minutes on a man's back, knees, feet, Achilles, something's bound to happen, man.
They
And
say Nico needs to protect the same protection that they use for the president now.
it's gotta be, bro.
They say they
He
got to
can't
protect him like the president.
he can't walk outside and you know and hear pleasantries. You know what I'm saying? He can't go
Right.
nowhere and hear pleasantries. You know, he literally got to stay in his office and he got to sneak out of his office to get home. And probably at this point, they probably protested in front of his house.
Right. Yep. Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that was sad, man. But what I was getting ready to say, I mean, we could talk a little bit about, you know, sports because my Lakers and your Cavs are looking like it's, you know, I don't know. It could be the Cavs against the Lakers in the finals for real, the way they out here playing. But I was getting ready to talk about why every time I look up on the screen, I'm seeing women naked almost, bro. What is going on, man? Everybody, I didn't see like 4-5 different women's breasts on prime time.
Yeah. Were they wearing that thing that just covered the nipple?
With the pasties, bro.
Yeah. Yeah.
You remember little Kim did it back in the day and she almost got canceled back in the day
Yep.
when
I
she did
remember.
it. You remember what I'm talking about?
Yeah. I remember when Kim wore that purple or whatever that was.
Right.
Yeah. And she
Man,
almost got canceled. Now they wearing it like yeah. I don't like it, man. I don't.
I don't
I
like it,
don't.
bro.
Yeah. I
I
don't
don't
like
like
it.
it,
I'll
bro.
be honest.
I don't like
I
it.
don't
I
like it.
mean, you would think as a man we'd be like, yeah, no, stop it, quit it. And I don't even want to hear it's my body. I could do what I want to do. It is, that's true, but have some decency, you know, for our eyes as well.
Right.
While you out here, you know, with your, I mean, because with pastries, your breast is exposed outside of your, you know, your areola and your nipples. Everything else you see it. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't see like 4 women like within the past month on red carpets at major events with their breasts out or no underwear, naked, see through, can see everything, bro. Like, what are we doing? Like what message is this given to? I don't like to speak on women's stuff. That ain't my bag. I don't do that. But I just thought I would bring it to the floor because I see everybody else kind of talking about it. And what I found amazing, everybody is feeling the way that we're feeling right now.
Yeah, I noticed that too. Yeah, they are, and I was happy to see that. I said because sometimes you be feeling like a weirdo. You know,
Right.
you tell some women that you trying to show somebody like how much respect you have for them, or like where you put them at, and you want them to be, not disrespecting themselves. And these days, you'll mention that, and people will cuss you out. All right,
What?
well, forget the respect then. My bad. You know what I'm saying? Let's lessen the respect then. I was just trying to say, I just think I think highly of you, and I don't think you don't gotta wear that, man. Like Shauna got her 15-year-old daughter. The 15-year-old daughter who told her about Kanye's wife thing. Yeah, they what they do with these kids and this little neck, all that, man. I don't like it, man. That's the only way I can say it. That's where that term came from. Because sometimes you can't even you just say that, man. I ain't even about to. Because hey, look, the thing about saying I don't like it is say a lot, and pretty much people can't get offended. If you just say you don't like it,
I don't like it. I don't like it.
Can't make me. I don't like it.
Because the kids, it's a world where you can influence people quicker than you've ever been able to influence someone in the history of the United States because of all these platforms, because cell phones is everywhere. So Lil' Kim, when she did it back in the day, it was such a major, thing where it was on all the newscasts, so everybody's seen it, right? But now it's even quadruple that in eyes being able to see cameras everywhere. And I mean, these ladies are out here just like, what? You like it, you don't. I don't care if you don't. I'm doing what I want to do. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, at the end of the day, it's only so much you can say because it is their bodies and they can do what they want to do. So you can't really say too much about it. But man, I kind of was thrown aback because it just like all of a sudden it's like everybody naked or close to being naked. And in Kanye's, wife's case, naked. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, man, I just thought I seen a lot of people talking about it. And I seen a lot of people like feeling the way that I kind of was feeling without even knowing a lot of people was talking about it.
Yeah.
So that was crazy, bro. But guess what, bro?
What?
Guess who your new U.S. Secretary of Education is?
Who?
WWE co-founder wife Linda McMahon.
What?
Bro, she was confirmed as the U.S. Secretary of Education Monday by a party line vote of 51-45. The Trump lawyers and donor, who previously served as the head of the Small Business Administration during his first term, will be tasked with shutting down the federal agency she was confirmed to lead. Yeah, bro. We got the WWE co-founder as the Secretary of Education, and her first task is to shut that puppy down.
Wow, what is gonna happen? What you think gonna be the outcome of that?
Well, it sounds like what they're saying is they want to take education back to the states. They don't want the education system to be ran by the federal government. They want the states to be able to, determine what each state education system should be like. I.e., it's about to be a world of private education. Public education,
Okay.
it sounds like it's about to be a thing of the past, and it's about to be in some kind of capacity entrepreneurs coming in and opening up schools, putting forth their own curriculum and, doing education the way they deem education should be compared to the federal government making that decision. That's what it sounds like to me.
Oh, hey, look, I'm hoping the best. They throwing so much at me. I'm just hoping it worked.
In some kind of capacity, I'm the same way, bro. I'm like, it's so much coming, bro. If they can do the thing, because a lot of times politicians say the right things, but they do the wrong things. So if they were more so saying what they were actually doing, then it would be a much better world. But a lot of times they say the right thing, but they end up doing the total opposite. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know if that's changed. It sounds like it has the potential to change, but every day I see something that makes me think, man, we at ground zero. You know what I'm saying?
Ground zero, Greg.
we at ground zero.
That's why that's why we need each other, because at the end of the day, we don't know what the hell these people gonna do, man. All you get to count on is who we got. What's that saying? We all we got.
Yeah.
We all we got, man.
Yeah.
We all we got. Like you said, Greg, they get you all hyped up. Then the next thing you know, you at ground zero again.
Yeah, man.
And you got to start all over again. And you got to complain about new stuff. But they didn't give you new stuff to complain about.
I'm gonna say this last thing, and then I'm gonna be done with my hot topics.
Oh man, that's the part I hate. I hate when Greg's hot topics is over. Hey, look, I like to hear that paper rumbling as we figure out what the hell Greg about to talk about next.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, Greg. What's up? What's on that sheet of paper, man?
Okay, new research shows the more education you have, the longer you will be out of work if laid off. Advanced degrees, you're more than likely to be out of work for 18 weeks, while no degrees, the average is 8 weeks. According to government data, Business Insider reveals that those with advanced degrees are now more likely to be unemployed than those who do not go to college. The average time of unemployment for graduates with master's or doctoral degrees have quadrupled in 2 years, approaching the 18 weeks, double that of a worker without a degree. Business Insider points to globalization, employers hiring without degree requirements, and AI as the major contributing factors.
AI?
AI.
They said AI, and explain to me, Greg, why the AI connection.
Well, because I guess people, they don't necessarily need super advanced degreed people to do the work that AI can do now. You know what I'm saying?
You think? No, look.
They like ChatGPT ASS now. We got AI over here.
ChatGPT something else, y'all. I ain't gonna lie.
It is, bro. You know, we know. It is.
Yeah. That ChatGPT will get you through your day.
Yeah, ChatGPT. They like ChatGPT. You degree, bachelor's, masters. You don't know more than ChatGPT.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Okay, how many schools you went to, how many degrees you have. I bet you, I'm willing to bet the farm that you don't know more than ChatGPT. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So
Right.
they're saying that's one of the reasons. Globalization, ChatGPT, and companies not making a degree as one of the factors for you to get the job.
Damn.
Yeah, man.
It makes sense. Hey, look,
Yeah,
it makes sense.
yeah,
That's why,
yeah, yeah.
man. They listen. Prices going up out of control, and they finding robots to do everything we do, man. I don't know what's going on, of what's going to happen over this next few months, 6 months, year, whatever. But it's getting crazy, Greg.
Yeah, man. You better have it figured out in some kind of capacity, because you can look up and you can be like, what am I gonna do with myself? I can't, I didn't study, I didn't did this, I got this degree, and they don't need me.
Right.
And if you haven't been practicing, kind of like what we're doing, or you're in a recession proof type of business, then it could get ugly.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, man, that's it for me today, big dog.
All right. Well, hey, we got through all of Greg's hot topics today. We didn't get through them all on Monday. So we played catch up today, talked about the new stuff and some of the old stuff. Appreciate everybody for this lunchtime break.
Yo. I got one more before we get out of here. I just gotta do this because, they just won't leave Drake alone, right?
Oh, okay. Go ahead, Greg.
Why did Serena Williams, who was dancing on Drake's face at the halftime show, guess what she didn't do, bro?
What?
Serena Williams, the former top tennis player in the world, has joined the ownership group of the Toronto Tempo.
Oh, the WNBA team?
Williams will help the Canada-based WNBA team with its visual identity. The tennis legend also has ownership stake in National World Soccer League, the NFL, and TGL Golf. Bro, she could have went somewhere else and been a part of a WNBA team, bro.
Toronto.
Bro. I thought that was one of the funniest things that I seen yesterday, bro.
They ain't playing.
They will not get off of this man's head, bro. So now she's part owner of the Toronto Tempo, and it ain't nothing nobody can do about it.
Wow. Well, shout out to Serena. She played the long game with Drake.
Yeah. She would have got her old rich, stupid rich, the Reddit owner. That's her husband. So, he got crazy, though. And then, she taking her victory lap on her boy who she was once in a relationship with. It's crazy. Nasty work.
Nasty work. Go ahead, Serena.
Right. Go ahead and take us up out of here, big dog.
All right, y'all. Hey, I appreciate everybody. Let's get them I'm outs in the chat. Like the chat. Come back and leave a comment if you can, please. It helps with the algorithm. Like it, share it, whatever. See y'all tomorrow at 7:30. Let's get the I'm out. And we working on the I'm out merch coming soon. We got some I'm outs coming. That's our saying. So we gonna definitely get us some gear. Shout out to Shan. Everybody thanks Shan. Any questions about the merch? Ask Shan. She the expert on the fabrics and everything. Shout out to everybody who purchased something. You know I'm going to shout y'all out tomorrow on the morning show. Everybody who bought something, I'm going to shout you out tomorrow morning. I love y'all. And I'm out.